with a GDP of over 400 billion US dollars and with approximately 184 million inhabitants, Nigeria is Africa's largest economy. However, significant challenges remain, especially at subnational levels of government. To address the challenges facing her public sector, several states in Nigeria, through the Federal Ministry of Finance, approached the World Bank for support, and in 2012, the Nigeria Public Sector Governance Reform and Development Project (PSGRDP) was birthed with the aim of strengthening governance by improving accountability and transparency in public finance and human resource management systems. The project is made up of three major components: development and modernization of public financial management systems, human resource management and capacity development, and development of state monitoring and evaluation systems.
If you look at the Constitution of the Federation, the responsibilities for the basic services, service delivery to the people, are actually the responsibilities of the states and the local governments. It became necessary to also support the states to improve on their public financial management practices, generally to ensure that whatever is happening at the federal level gets enough complements at the state level.
The Public Sector Governance Reform and Development Project is currently being implemented in 11 states across the Federation. They include Bauchi, Kaduna, Kogi, Ondo, Abia, Adamawa, Ekiti, Imo, Kebbi, Niger, and Plateau states. And some of these states have recorded remarkable success in several components of the project, especially in the public financial management component. One of the key aspects of the PFM component is public procurement.
If you look at what happens in government, 98% of budget execution is procurement. So if you're not procuring right, there'll be a lot of leakage, there'll be a lot of waste, and then there'll be a lot of inefficiencies in procurement.
It's not as if government was not doing, we were not procuring before, but there was no standardized document, standardized way of doing it, simply because we do not have a procurement law.
Kogi State, with the support of the project, established a Bureau for Public Procurement. This is the first time in the state's history that an independent agency will be tasked with the responsibility of handling all procurement-related matters.
Before now, there was a central body that was responsible for public procurement in the state once it's above the threshold, and that is the State Tenders Board. But now, with the coming of Bureau of Public Procurement, there is now harmonization of all public procurement activities.
Another essential focus area of the public financial management component is internally generated revenue, IGR. In Kogi State, a fully independent and autonomous tax bureau has been established to focus on more effective revenue generation for the state.
Before the intervention of the project, there was no database as regards who is paying what. But the intervention of the project led to a survey that brought about a database. Over 400,000 taxpayers were identified in that exercise. And that's what is leading to the IGR, a growth in IGR.
The second key component of the Public Sector Governance Reform and Development Project is development of state monitoring and evaluation systems. Under this component, Kaduna State has developed a monitoring and evaluation system called the Eyes and Ears Project. This groundbreaking initiative is the first of its kind in Africa. It incorporates the active participation of residents to monitor and report on the progress of government projects in the state.
I think that over the last few years, what governments have missed is the desire of the average citizen of Nigeria not just to be a beneficiary of government interventions, but to be part and parcel of that decision-making process, to be carried along at every step and every milestone. What we have tried to do within this project is to ensure that we carry our citizens along as much as possible, right from formulation stage all the way to evaluation.
Although participating states have begun to record different levels of success under the project, An important factor that will ensure the sustainability of the project is the legal framework within which all the innovation being introduced through the project could operate and thrive. Here, Ondo State has been truly remarkable. While other states and even the federal government strive with outdated and obsolete legislation, Ondo State, with the help of the Public Sector Governance Reforms and Development Project, has replaced the old legal framework with legislations that has institutionalized public sector reforms. The Public Financial Management Law is an example.
We had a law, the Public Administration Law, but it's an anachronistic law. With the coming of the Public Sector Governance Reform and Development Project, it brought about a positive change to make us to modernize our legislations, to modernize our systems, to modernize the body of knowledge that is available in the state.
On the issue of legislation, apart from Ondo State, 10 other states on this project have passed the Fiscal Responsibility and Public Procurement Laws. Niger State has also passed the Organic Public Finance Law and Audit Law. One central thread that ties all the components of the Public Sector Governance Reforms and Development Project is the deployment of the State Integrated Financial Management System, SIFMIS. SIFMIS is an ICT-based system which automates several aspects of public finance management and governance, such as budgeting, human resources, and even payroll. Currently, SIFMIS has been deployed in all participating states, and because it is vital to the success of the project, public sector workers are now being trained in the use of ICT. This will enable them to be fully absorbed into the new ICT environment that SIFMIS requires. The Public Sector Governance Reforms and Development Project is ushering a new dawn into Nigeria's public sector space. However, despite the successes, there is still work to be done. A system that has come to drastically reduce corruption in the public sector will meet stiff resistance. Therefore, everyone that wants to see positive change must play his or her part to ensure that Nigerians get the best that good governance can offer.
If you look at the changes we've managed to get across most states, at least the focus on more efficient way of budgeting, for me it gives me a lot of satisfaction. The efficiency this has brought in, proper accounting and transparency, has made it possible for people to realize that it's no longer business as usual. In totality, overall, changing mindsets on how government can be efficient, for me, is a major high point.
For far too long, the narrative has been that Nigeria does not have good leaders or is incapable of good governance. However, good governance is not only possible but achievable, and it can become the norm. And with intervention programs like the Public Sector Governance Reforms and Development Project, states can get the help they need to overcome these challenges. At the end of the day, Nigerians would have improved access to basic services, better infrastructure, more effective laws, and stronger institutions.